Have you ever wondered why the elephant has such big ears? Long ago, in the heart of Africa, the elephant looked nothing like the mighty creature we know today. His ears were small, his pride was large, and one day his pride got him into very big trouble. Once upon a time, deep in the golden savannah, there lived a young elephant named Tembo. Tembo was strong, tall, and full of himself. He loved to stomp through the grasslands so that every creature could see how powerful he was. But Tembo had one small problem: his tiny ears. They were so small, they looked like two leaves stuck to his head. Whenever the wind blew, he couldn't hear a thing. When his friends called, he had to turn his whole body just to listen. One day, as Tembo was bathing by the river, a little bird named Naya landed on his back. "Tembo," chirped Naya, "you may be the biggest animal in the land, but you never listen. When danger comes, you don't even hear it." Tembo laughed loudly. "Ha! What danger? Who dares to challenge me, the mighty elephant?" Naya shook her head. "Pride comes before the fall, Tembo. Mark my words." But Tembo only splashed her with water and went on his way laughing. The next morning, the savannah was quiet, too quiet. All the animals sensed something strange. Far in the distance, a wildfire had started. Flames danced across the dry grass, crackling and spreading fast. The birds flew high into the sky, crying warnings. The gazelles and zebras ran in herds. Even the slow tortoises began their crawl toward safety. But Tembo didn't hear a thing. His little ears caught only the sound of his own splashing as he played in the river. By the time he noticed the smoke, it was already too late. The fire was coming straight toward him. Tembo trumpeted loudly and began to run. His heavy feet pounded the ground. The fire roared louder, chasing him through the tall grass. His small ears flapped uselessly as the heat grew stronger. He ran until his legs burned, but the smoke made it hard to see. "Help! Somebody help me!" Tembo cried. That's when he heard a faint voice, the familiar chirp of Nia the bird. "This way, Tembo! Follow my voice!" Tembo lifted his head and tried to listen, but his small ears couldn't catch her direction clearly. He turned left, no right, no back again. "Tembo, stop!" Nia cried. "You're running the wrong way." Finally, Nia flew down close to his head and shouted directly into his ear. "Use your ears, Tembo. Stretch them out. Listen to the world around you." Tembo didn't know what she meant, but in that moment, he tried. He shook his head, flapped his ears as wide as he could, and something amazing happened. The more he flapped, the larger his ears grew. They stretched and stretched, catching the sound of crackling fire, the rustle of grass, and Nia's voice calling from the safe direction. "Now you hear me, Tembo. Follow the wind." Tembo ran toward the sound, using his new wide ears to guide him. He reached the riverbank just in time and plunged into the water, splashing with relief. The fire hissed and died out behind him. For a long moment, Tembo stayed in the river, panting, his big new ears dripping with water. He looked at his reflection and gasped, "My ears! They're huge!" Nia laughed. "And now, Tembo, you can hear the whispers of the wind and the warnings of your friends." Tembo bowed his head. "You were right, Nia. I was too proud to listen, but now I will never ignore a voice again." From that day on, Tembo became the wise listener of the savannah. Whenever any animal had a problem, they came to him. He would listen carefully with his big, kind ears, nodding slowly before giving his advice. And when the young elephants were born, they all had big, beautiful ears just like his. A gift from that day he learned the value of listening. And that, dear friends, is how the elephant got his big ears. A reminder to us all: strength without wisdom leads to trouble, but those who listen will always find their way. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more African folk tales every Monday and Thursday, only on Tales African by Mary.